Welcome, Vault Dwellers, to another settlement video. You probably noticed that I have been absent for a little while. That is because we unfortunately lost our doggo a few weeks ago, and I just have not been in the right place of mind to do any videos. It's been a little while, and I'm starting to bounce back from that. I also have shoulder surgery. So I've had a lot to deal with, but I'm back, and back into making videos. I've been working very hard on doing some more settlements for you guys and girls and peoples of all ages, shapes, and sizes and whatevers. And here we go. We are at Vault 88 again. If you remember the last time I did Vault 88, we did a settlement for the Institute. This was a beta site. This time we're doing something a little different. Kind of looks the same at the moment because of the blue lights going on inside there, but that's just because, it's just something I felt like doing. So, right out here at the entryway, we have tons and tons of turrets in all kinds of directions all around the main entrance here. These are Gauss rifle turrets. That's a little extra from a little mod that I have, which will be in the description below. So, what is the theme for this vault this time? I changed it around a lot. In the beginning, this was actually going to be a permanently sealed biodome, just like the Pauly Shore movie, Biodome. I'm a stony custody. No, that's not the right movie. No, come on, Johnny, get it together. Play the right clip.
Yes, that.
I give up. Wait, no. Okay. Anyway, moving right along. We'll have to ignore Johnny, the editor. He's having a bad day, apparently. So, right inside here, we have a whole bunch of blue lights just going on, just for the sake of blue lights. No other purpose whatsoever. So as I said, originally this was going to be a biodome, completely sealed off, totally self-sufficient, as you'd pretty much expect from a regular vault, but I was going to have a little bit of a twist in this one. But part of the way through building this, if I can learn how to talk today, I changed my mind and went a whole totally different direction. Right up inside here, we just have the overseer chilling at her little desk. And I didn't really do much with any of the stuff up here because I have a ton done everywhere else, basically. So yeah, initially this was going to be a biodome, but now this is actually a safe haven for Boston's most influential and richest. If you know me, you know I am a huge fan of the TV show Stargate, and this is actually partially inspired by one of the episodes where the team gates to a world, has their memory erased, and they are toiling underground in mines to get fuel to keep a dying civilization alive. The whole planet has gone not nuclear winter, but turned into a total iceberg, basically, all except for this one little dome where these people live, and people who don't know any better, or I should say have their minds erased, toil away in the mines to keep finding fuel to keep the whole city going. And that's what happens to them, is that their minds are erased, and they are basically in the mines digging up fuel to keep everything running so that the people above can live. So, let's go ahead and dive right into the tour here. So, as I said, this is a place for Boston's most wealthy and politically influential people, and so they spent untold fortunes to build an underground city that's basically kind of a replica of Boston in a sense. So down in here we have grass, we have trees, we have sidewalks, we have roads and curbs, we have cars, we have buildings, basically everything that you would see walking around in downtown Boston. So right over here was the first building that I had put in, a church. Now I mentioned before that this was going to initially be a biodome, and this was some of the remnants of that previous build where I put up a whole bunch of glass walls blocking off tunnels to pretty much seal the place in. You're going to be noticing quite a bit of frame drop here and there because I have so much built into this place. It is gigantic and huge. So yes, right over here we have a church. Let's go ahead and take a look on the inside. We have lights, nice little oil lamps all over the place, candles. We have pews. We have the altar. We have the whole thing basically fully functional in-place church. Right across the street from it, we have a department store, basically, right over in here on the bottom floor. We have clothing. We have all kinds of shirts, shoes, all kinds of garments. This is a little visitor that I just rescued from the brewery not too long ago. He's kind of chilling out in here, offering free beer to anybody that wants it. So anyway, down here we have clothing. We have a changing room. Right upstairs is the food court, complete with a nice little hot stove in here. If you want to see how exactly I did that, you can see these little guys right here with the arrows. That is a flame effect and a smoke effect. That is courtesy of SOE, which I think stands for something objects expanded, settlement objects expanded, I believe. Sorry, my mind is just a total blank today. So anyway, food court down in here. We have all kinds of seating and tables and whatnot for all your food and beverage wants. There is supposed to be a person back there behind it, but you know, Bethesda, it is what it is. And up here we have the general store. We have books, magazines, we have all kinds of doodads and whatnot that you might possibly want. Models, toys, decorative items, and pretty much anything and everything that you would expect to find in basically a general store that has pretty much everything. So yes, this is our little build of the department store. I kind of somewhat modeled it after Lord & Taylor in Philadelphia in a sense. Sort of, loosely. So right over here we have the graveyard with a single solitary grave. This is my little tribute to my little doggo. His name was Lord Barkington. Lord Murray Barkington was his full name. We just called him Murray. He passed away on July 2nd. We have a candle here as his eternal flame, and a little food dish because he loved to eat. Didn't matter how much food he'd eat and how full he was, he always loved to eat. And we have a bottle. He was not big into dog toys. He was when he was a little puppy when we first got him. But he kind of lost interest in those, and then one day as a gag I just kind of threw a bottle on the ground just to see what he'd do, and he ran over and picked it up and started chewing on it. Not to the point where like he'd pull off little bits and pieces and eat it or anything like that, but he just wanted to get the cap off, get the ring off, and then he was done, and that was that. So we had an ongoing thing with him with you know, we didn't have to buy dog toys or anything like that. We just give him just empty water bottles, and he was very happy and content to rip off the caps, and so there you go. This settlement will be made available for download at some point. My only request is that you please do not disturb the grave. You can modify this settlement in any kind of way you want, but please just show respect and don't modify the grave. You can leave offerings if you want and put up pictures on the mod page on Nexus when the time comes. That's cool, but just please don't destroy it and don't deface it. Over here, we have ourselves a nice little fountain going on. Again, that's part of SOE. Nice little house here, and we got some tunnels with little special somethings coming up that we will get to. Right inside here, just another basic house, living quarters. A couple of guns over there in the corner. Up here, basic bedroom. Kind of done what I've done before in the vault with making things built into the rock sides like that, because I just think it looks really, really cool. Didn't want to, you know, replace and hide all of this kind of stuff because it just looks neat. In here, nice little bathroom complete with tiled walls and a bathtub with water. Let's head on back outside. And right over here we have the police station. This is basically, I guess you can say like uptown for this this whole settlement. This is where all the business and whatnot is. Down in here we have ourselves a little jail cell. Up here, empty display case that I never got around to building. We do have one of our security guards hanging out here. And just basic desk. There's her armor for when she's got to go into battle. Got a little functioning balcony here that we actually can go out onto, and she even has, I think, mini nuke turrets up there on the roof. So, yes, this is the uptown part. We even have a little faux bus station. We have some cars. I even put up some road signs. Like over here, we have a speed limit sign and a dead end and stop signs and whatnot. Somewhere else, there is a speed sign that tells you, 25 miles an hour. So over here, just built a neat little entryway. As I said, this is going to be a huge settlement because I actually did go in and unlock every single space for Vault 88 and utilized all of the building space on all of it. So in here is just kind of a little transition area. We got the water fountains and some statues and fountains and whatnot, and this leads into a grand staircase which takes us down this way. And so back down here again we have roads and sidewalks and cars. There's one of our speed limit signs there, and we have the Red Rocket Diner complete with a little twirly sign. So let's head on in here. Fully functional diner with seating and whatnot. We even got napkins at all the tables. And we've got ourselves our nice little counter. We have the Eato-tronic, which does not work apparently. And back here, everything you'd see in a diner. We got some stoves and some mixers and some of this and that. Now the special part about this is that, like I said, I did utilize all of these doors closed a little too fast. I did utilize all of the tunnels and the rooms and everything, basically. So down in here, if we go ahead and take this tunnel down, leads into this big open space, which I was thinking of utilizing in some way, but ended up not doing anything with it, so I just kind of left it empty because I just put so much everywhere else. Down in here we have hidden doorways. We do have a purpose for that, so that it pretty much blends in and just looks like the regular wall sitting right up in there. Now, you notice we have tons of dead bodies in here. We do have a reason for that. We have another hidden wall here, and we have food, beverages, guns, all kinds of stuff, and a trap floor. Now the reason for that, down in here I couldn't figure out what in the world to do with this space. Initially I was going to turn it into some sort of, I don't know, supply replenishment area or whatever, and kind of took an evil twist to that. So I put up signs here. It says, we got weapons, armor, gear, booze, whatever you possibly want. You open the door, you see it, you head in, boom, you're dead. And naturally you can't really see the wall. It more or less blends in, but I mean, if you're not really looking for it, you're not really going to see it. And so, just like a little spider, they wait for you to come in, and once they get you in there and dead, they drag your body over here, they loot you, and do whatever they want with whatever you got. In this case, could be guns, could be food, beverage, whatever, and that's one of the ways they keep the settlement supplied. So, another hidden wall. This one leads through to another tunnel with another wall door, and this leads into the back of this place. This is a mansion. Right inside here we have a nice little laboratory. Now, the story behind this one, as I said, this is a settlement for the wealthy people of Boston that bought into it, and this is actually a synth that is infiltrating them. He has replicated the original person that was here and built that tunnel, which nobody knows about, not even the people who use the other tunnel. So, this is his home. We have lots and lots of gambling down here on the down level, and actually we can go ahead and take a look at the basement level. I kind of skipped over some of that. Down in here we have some robots working. This guy's checking out security cameras. This guy's double screening it between Windows 8 apparently. Ugh. And something to do with maybe the Matrix. Who knows? This guy's checking out world map. We got the alien corpse. Got a super mutant. This guy's checking out the specs of the world, and in here I turned this into a transporter between here and the Institute, which kind of now is pointless because I blew up the Institute, so maybe we can transport them elsewhere. Who knows? Combined a couple of different things together here to make a really funky looking generator, because why not? So back up here, as I said before, we have all kinds of gambling. We have displays, bookshelves, we have a bar, some nice little lounge seating and whatnot, all kicking around up in here. All the gambling stuff is from the mod AK-47. Love that. I think that's what it's called, AK-47. It's from the person who helped me out with the Ghostbusters build. Up in here, couldn't really figure out what to do too much with this space, so I left most of it empty except for a few little things, like we got a grandfather clock over there again from AK. Some paintings in here. We have a nice little basic kitchen and some decorations, and dining room and fireplace and whatnot. A lot of those decorations again from the mod AK. Like I said, it's either AK-47 or AK build or something like that. I apologize to the modder for screwing up the name. In here, bedrooms, bathrooms, again kept in with keeping the faux, or I should say not the faux, but the rock ceilings and whatnot. Kind of the same thing in all of them. I just threw a whole bunch of bedrooms in here and some bathrooms to go along with them. Auto closing doors that kind of close a little too fast. And same kind of little balcony that we can take a look around out here, and you can see some of downtown Boston and my road glitching over there. Must have accidentally had a grass texture glitch into the road, so whatever, it happens. And just another bedroom in here with a nice rock wall, and again built into that same rock wall there. So yes, this is the house of the synth who took over for one of the billionaires that was eventually killed, so he didn't really get to spend too much time enjoying. So this is one of the roads. We have crosswalks, we have road signs, we have these are all faux houses. You'll see why in a second here if we open the door. There isn't really too much space to build in back here, so I just put them in place just to kind of make this look more like I said, like downtown Boston, so that these people would feel more at home, like they actually still have their existing place. And there's the big stairwell that we had come down from before. So again, put a whole bunch of cars in here, sidewalks. I did not do anything with curbs or anything like that, just because it was going to take way too much time, because I have to place each one of those by hand. Really quite annoying. And I did a lot of awesome things like this with building the houses from this level here. This was actually a drop-off down there. That's why the house starts out up here and then drops down and then ends you up with the tunnels down there. So this way is another house. This is actually the back entryway leading to this house here. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little trip towards the front end so that I can show you that from the direction you're more or less supposed to see it from. I will see you there in a second. Okay, so that took a little while to get back into the basic uptown section. Like I said, we do have these tunnels over here. I'm kind of saving them at the moment. Actually, yeah, we'll save them. So anyway, down over this way we have another really nice entryway. This is another section where the upper part here drops down below. If you're familiar with it, this is the main room of Vault 88. And this is one of the first sections typically you can open up. In here, just threw in some nice columns, nice little decorative facade. And this is basically the art gallery. They decided, they knew the bombs were coming, so they went around to the local museums and they picked up as many of the paintings as they possibly could so that they can house them and preserve them. And yeah, we got our nice little entryway down in here. And this leads down to the lower level where we have more paintings. And down here I just kept the rock walls just because I thought it looked nice. And it would have kind of closed in the area too much. As you can see, these are kind of floating off the walls because of how much I removed when I was scrapping around here. There's actually some walls here that normally you can't scrap, but with all the different scrapping mods I have, I was actually able to come in here and get rid of all of them, so that's why you kind of see that. And again, if I had put in some walls, it would have just closed this off a little too much, so decided to leave it natural cave-like. Same thing down here. We have more statues, more art. Like I said, they went around all throughout Boston, maybe even outwards further, and gathered as much stuff as they possibly could. And like I said, I also kept a lot of the rock stuff down in here just because it gives me more space. So, heading down in here, we can actually get a better look at the building that I had just built that you would come down from. I decided I wanted to fill this all in from bottom to top, just to kind of create almost like, 10-story office building type look, but except this is a museum, basically. And a nice, really good transition area. Again, if you're familiar with the area, right over here, this is basically a straight drop. This rock wall just goes straight up and down. There's usually like a metal staircase that leads you down this direction. So over in here, just another building, one that I had put in that I never got around to decorating. Just kind of left this one empty. We do have a nice little fireplace down in here, and a little second floor up here with kind of same thing, fireplace, and even went as far as like a third floor attic space up in here. You know, one house, you've seen one, you've seen them all, so I just kind of threw it in here just to fill in space on the outside. Once I make it available to you guys, if you want to go ahead and decorate it, then boom, you got a nice little blank canvas for you. So we have a special little building here that we are not going to go into just yet because you got to get to it from the correct direction, and I don't want to spoil that for you just yet. So down over this way we have our road again. We have our little roundabout in a sense. I didn't want to get rid of this column even though I could, just because it looked really cool and gave the whole area a little ambiance with the roads and whatnot. And so down over here we have the front side of the house that I was talking about before. This is the way we're supposed to come into it. Right out here we have our cobblestone driveway. We have a garage and a nice little dark brick house inside the garage here. Of course we have a car with some coolant filling stations and a little bit of attic space going on up there. So we come inside here, we have, you know, nice little rompus room, I guess. Got some bar and some vending machines for some Nuka-Cola and some Vim. A door that leads also into the garage, or the car hole if you are a Simpsons fan. And leading on up here, we have our main living space. We have our dining area, some couches. We have the kitchen with a little bit of a kitchen table. Another nice little fireplace right in here, and some basic decorations. I decided, oh, glitchy. Decided to leave this all nice and big and open just for presentation, because I think that looks really, really cool with this all nice and big and open like that. We got our marble stairwell and marble railings, and you can see pretty much all the way right down to the basement down there. Right over in here, got ourselves a nice little cozy bedroom with a fireplace and some decorations. Oh, just made it. Right over here, we got our nice little, not little, but our bathroom again. Decided to keep the rock wall and use it for what it is. So, now we can go out to the back side of this house. Again, we have a cobblestone driveway. As you can see, there's the other mansion where the synth lives, headed on right over in that direction. And so this house also has its own little secret. So right up here we have another little hidden tunnel. Sort of hidden. I decided not to put a little dirt thing in there simply because this person more or less has their own little private space. I guess you could say their own yard, whatever. So if you head down this way, we have another hidden wall. Not so hidden from this side, but from the other side. Blends in almost perfectly. So from here, you have another hidden tunnel. Not there, apparently. Don't even know where my own hidden tunnels are. There we go. This one. This leads to a nice little private stash for that person of weapons and all kinds of gadgets and food and whatnot. And then this leads to yet another hidden tunnel. Now this tunnel also leads to here, which kind of just looks like a big empty room, but we actually haven't been to this place yet. This is the back stock room of the hospital. So, not really sure why I decided to do it this way. This is just the way that the tunnel's lined up. I guess for story purpose-wise. As you can see, we're headed right back out towards the main road now, and there's the little roundabout, and here's another little house in here. I didn't decorate this one, again, just really for show. But for story-wise, give it another little good look at the house there. I think the house maybe belongs to the doctor, and he kind of sneaks in and out when he feels like it to perform secret surgeries, maybe something like that. Here's a little operating room. And now if we also look, head back this direction, I'm going to close my door. And that one, so that if anybody ever does find the other door, they might not find that one. And if you're familiar with the location, you know that this whole area coming up right ahead actually leads up to the above ground world. So if we keep coming up all these steps here, this will actually lead to a whole new place. So now right up in here, we have actually a general store. So maybe this is the way the doctor gets in and out, or maybe he drags people in here to perform all kinds of funky surgeries, who knows. But up in here, normally you cannot get into any of this space, but again, I have all kinds of special scrapping tools, so I can actually get into here. And I could have utilized all this space if I had chosen to. Again, couldn't really think of anything to do with it that would keep it kind of lore friendly, you know, where they're trying to stay away from the outside world and whatnot. So I just kind of left this space empty. Like I said, maybe the doctor uses it as some sort of front or something, who knows. But anyway, like I said, I try to utilize just about all the spaces in here. So now we can go ahead and head on back. And so now we are right back to the doctor's house. So, again, we have roads going everywhere, got sidewalks leading to everything. I did put in crosswalks at certain places. We do have signs here leading towards the hospital. Here's a crosswalk here. Right here's the front entryway for the hospital. Okay, now we are going to head all the way back to the beginning so I can show you where there's other tunnels lead to. I will see you back there in a second. Okay, now we are right back at the beginning, as you can see, and here are the two tunnels. As you can see, one is sealed off with radiation signs and the other is not. So let's go ahead and take a look down at the more friendlier side that we got going on here. So in here, I went in and scrapped the hell out of everything to open this up completely the whole way through. Filled all this in. You can actually still see some of the original train tracks down in there. Put some nice brick walkways with some steps. And right over here we have a little cross section again. Radiation signs, electrical, and do not enter. And we also have armed guards in there. We will be headed that way after this to see what the heck is going on inside there. So down in here we have the beach. Of course you have to have a beach. I mean, these people are worth billions of dollars and they paid to have their lives moved underground and have every single luxury as they possibly could. So we have beach, we have water, we have waterfalls that keeps the water moving and filtered, and you can actually go in and swim, and this is crystal clear water. This is actually purified water. This is part of SOE. Now, in the past I had used CVA, which is custom vanilla assets, to build all my water and do a lot of my lighting mods, and I don't know how I missed SOE for so long, but I finally picked this mod up and absolutely love it, because this water here, you can actually pick them up block by block and snap them together, whereas CVA, you just have like a big giant blob of water and you have to basically wrestle them to blend them in place. Part of SOE also is these little globes that you see here. These are actually lights to actually help fill in all this, so they don't have to put like 1,000 light bulbs all over the place. Absolutely awesome mod. I can't stop recommending it enough. So yeah, we have a nice little waterfall that comes out of nowhere up there that crashes down onto the rocks. I tried to create some splashing effects, but just wasn't working. The sand down in here is from Kraggles. Absolutely love that mod. The blending in of the pieces are a little hit or miss. As you can see, you got the lines here, so I try to misalign them occasionally, and also put in pieces on top of pieces to make the sand look a little more natural, in a sense, as you can see, kind of like that. So you start off with these big giant blocks with wavy tops and just kind of randomly throw them into place. So over here we have some more slave labor. These are guys that are selling and pushing their junk, Nuka-Cola stuff, and you have a nice little dock walkway. Now, this is the other side of the building that I said we were going to tour later on. So on this side we have some picnic tables, And right up in here we have a fully functional seaside restaurant, basically. Got ourselves a little bar section, some lighting, some drinks and whatnot. But then if you head down in here, this is also a hotel. We have beds, bathrooms, the works all up in here. Each bedroom's a little unique. That one's a very tiny one. That one's kind of small, but all of them are fully functional with beds and bathrooms and whatnot. We have our front desk here. Little doors so you can open up, and some more bedrooms down in here with the showers and whatnot. And so, yeah, this was a little transition area between here and where the beach is. And it lifts up, if you can look underneath there, like there's a little rock cliff that kind of goes up a little bit, and just trying to create a nice little oval hole in that little section in there. And it came to me one night when I was trying to fall asleep that can build some sort of building transition area. And then I remembered that there was the water over there, and I figured, you know what, we can build a little beach house, hotel and restaurant type deal. So now I will just again meet you up at the front so we can take a look at the last tunnel. Okay, once again, for the last time, we are back at the beginning to see what the heck is going on inside this secret tunnel. So we have warning signs telling us to keep out and that there is danger up ahead. And apparently some of these people just do not listen. Yeah. Well, at least he's not going all the way in there.
I can patch you up.
You can just stay right there. So anyway, this is the other side that we walked past before to get to the beach. And now we have our final section in here. Right in here we have the reactor that keeps this whole place powered and up and running. And then down in here, let me fix that. There we go. Down in here, this is supposed to look just like a storage room with, you know, a wall there with maybe some of the facade that has fallen off, etc., etc. But of course, you come in here, you got yourselves a little hidden door. And then down in here, we have uranium rocks that are being gathered, which then are processed and used to keep this place running in the reactor up there. Whoa, fast closing door. All right, let's get through there. Yeesh. Anyway, so some of these are working, some of these aren't. That's just the way Bethesda is. When I first built it, all of this conveyor system was running perfectly. But since I finished it, left, and came back, only a few here are working. So down in here we have the uranium mines. Now I mentioned that this was kind of inspired a little bit by the TV show Stargate SG-1. So down in here is where all the slave labor is kept. They go and they kidnap people from up above or do something to them and put them down here to have them mine for all of this uranium. Most of this is usually here in place. I did pick up some of these from other places located in this tunnel section and move them. As you can see, I can pick them up and place them and rotate them and whatnot. So I pretty much gathered all of them and stuck them all down in here and turned this into a mining facility. So down in here we have a little generator to help with the lights. We have our conveyor system. We also have these lights here that put off green light to give our uranium their green glow. Basically just for atmosphere. Same thing with those lights. They actually do not do anything. They don't put off any lights. I'm using SOE again to put up the little globes to add lights. Got ourselves nice little catwalk walkways all throughout here. And this leads to Junktown, basically. This is where all the slave labor lives. As you can see, they got their own little garden to get some food going. We do have some grow lights because there's no natural sunlight down here. And this is their little encampment, basically. This is where they're forced to live and mine and get fuel for all the rich hoity-toity people and whatnot. So we've got a couple of little nasty shacks down in here. Over in here we have more living spaces. Got a couple of beds, some basic decorations and whatnot, and little kitchen area, a little bit of food, not too much because can't spoil them, of course. And more living space, some more living space, and right over here we have the medic section, a little mini hospital just for them, little bed and some little bit of RAD-away in order to keep them alive so they can keep on serving. And then upstairs, more living spaces, just basic bedrooms, Nothing too fancy because, again, we can't really spoil them. And up here, don't know why, but we have a pallet and a bridge just for the heck of it. Maybe they get bored and like a hamster, they want to run around on their wheel or something, who knows. And shopping cart full of spam. Nice. So there you have it. This is my Vault 88 build. I told you this was very large and extensive, and I basically utilized every last section of this place that I possibly could. Right over here we have some water purification, so the whole place has water. And we have guards here that help keep them in check. Yeah, as just like he said. So yes, this is probably the most extensive Vault 88 build I have ever done, ever. I've been down here numerous times throughout the years and built all kinds of different places, and first time ever doing something this big. Even when my one that I did roughly about a year ago on the PlayStation 4, where I stuck with the actual like vault type textures, it was large, but nowhere near as large as this one, with nowhere near as much attention to detail. So I hope you all enjoyed this one. I do have more settlement videos coming up. After this one, we are actually headed to the moon. I have a mod that takes us to the moon. After that, we are going to do not really a settlement, place that I turn, well, is now a settlement. It's not a vanilla settlement, but it's a Coast Guard docking place, whatever. I can't remember the name of it. And sort of keeping with the themes of movies and TV shows, a couple of you have reached out to me and requested stuff from The Walking Dead. One of you just wanted to see Sanctuary, another requested Sanctuary, plus a whole bunch of other places. Just said pick one, and I decided to do Hilltop. I decided not to do Sanctuary, even though that was requested personally, simply because it's really just one big giant building, and it's been so long since I've seen the show that I couldn't really tell you too much about it, and I don't think it was really featured too much in the show, not as much as other places like Hilltop, so I decided